It was very basic when we begun. It was operating out of a garage, and we were using our own private cars to do deliveries. And we started off delivering to 4 of our friends' parents, very simply.
After some seaweed for sushi.
Well, I think right from the beginning, because of the business that we were in, we definitely wanted to run it as ethically and environmentally friendly way as possible. The shop happened in May '99. We were approached by the old owner of the business, who said that she wanted to give it up, and after some months of considering it, decided to take it on. Especially as we thought it would be a good balance to the delivery side that we were already involved in. Well, we had a rough idea that we should minimise waste and recycle wherever possible, but we weren't aware of all the specific schemes that are available through the government and private initiatives. So it was very helpful to contact GEMS and be put in touch with sort of various companies who could help us, and they could identify other ways in that we could save money and energy.
There are a growing number of local networks which can help small businesses. Greenwich Environmental Management Services, or GEMS, provides consultancy and training. What Fred and Andrew found particularly useful were contacts with local companies to share ideas and know-how.
We'd inherited one open-fronted dairy cabinet that was quite old and quite inefficient. We had it placed by the doorway because that's a kind of prominent point of sale for cold drinks and things. Obviously, GEMS recommended to us that we were losing a lot of the refrigerative capacity of the fridge through heat coming in through the door. So they recommended that we dispose of the old fridge in an environmentally friendly way and get a new closed door fridge. We just know that we're operating with a better system that's more energy efficient. A lot of the recommendations were about our waste system, because we have several types of waste here. We have the organic waste from all the fruit and vegetables. What happens is we collect all our spoiled vegetables that have gone off each week, and we collect them in sacks at the rear of the shop. Initially this was a huge problem because it's quite substantial, being organic, and it goes off quite quickly. We're having to dispose of several kilograms of waste each week. We asked around the local area, and we found the allotments behind the shop and contacted the association there, and they were more than happy to accept it because it's the best compost they could possibly find, really, for their patches. But it's very informal. We speak to Percy, who seems to be the main representative on the allotments, and he comes along once or twice a week with his wheelbarrow and takes the sacks away. And then they were composting it, but there's such volume of it, they now dig it straight into the ground.
It takes a little while doing all this. When you've got a nice big hole, then you spend a good hour chopping it up right down to the limit.
And I believe it's very popular with the other members. I've heard rumours of people actually fighting over the rights to have this stuff on their section. So we looked at the areas that we could improve on most, and making sure that we reduced our waste to the minimum level, making savings in that department. We obviously recycle the cardboard, which is quite an easy task, and then find some way of reusing the wooden boxes or having them put into an appropriate recycling or reclamation scheme. We managed to follow his 2 recommendations on the wood and the cardboard.
Just by recycling a bit of cardboard now and again, I'm doing something positive, instead of like sort of doing a job where you sort of just contributing to the problems rather being like part of the answers. LPG is liquid petroleum gas. It's a more environmentally friendly fuel. It's a lot cleaner to use, a lot cleaner to fill up with. Doesn't get on your clothes, doesn't smell. It's not like petrol or diesel at all. It's half the price of petrol. So effectively you get sort of double the mileage from it. Like that place where we filled up, I think that's the one of two that is actually in South London. It's quite accessible, and it's near to one of the deliveries. So every time I do a delivery in that area, I just fill up with fuel. So I don't have to like go halfway across London just to fill up. Most of the deliveries we've got are in the local Greenwich area, within a couple of miles of the shop. This one will be mixed fruit and veg with groceries as well.
Well, I think that because of the nature of our business, we like to have it as environmentally friendly as possible. And it's always a bonus for us, and also for the image of the company, that our van is low emission and is not contributing to the traffic pollution in London on such a scale. But of course, with the financial aspect there as well, it can only be a benefit all round. It's a question of not trying to do everything at once, but when you have some spare time, kind of ringing around and seeing if anything can be done about the situation. I think our approach is that wherever we can operate in an environmental way, we're going to do so, and we're even prepared to take on additional costs. But in fact, the way that all these measures being introduced by the government is they're designed to bring savings to businesses, to encourage them to do so. So I think the two things work very well together.
We moved our photographic processing laboratory here about 16 years ago, and when we first started planning for the various installations, we realised that we had 5 processing machines that were running all the time, and between them they consumed 2,500 litres of water, and that needed to be at about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. When we moved studios, we consulted the water board. They told us that we needed 2.5 days supply of water. We did